Spain have won the World Cup, and this is how they do it. Porro to the back post, really clever header from Williams' back. Adroitly volleyed in by Ferran Torres. The class of 2010 loved it. And Spain, for the second time, deservedly world champions. Luis de la Fuente has done a brilliant job in charge of this team. Lionel Messi, it wasn't to be for him. 2 World Cup wins in a row. Mikel Merino missed a really good chance at 0-0. In the end, it didn't matter. And I think you just said it, Roy, isn't it? Interesting. The nature of the goal in the end was,
for all
maybe not very Spanish, but so
for
what?
all their technical brilliance, it was a ball into the far post, a knockdown, and a bit very simple but very effective. And we also speak about the importance of players coming off the bench. We saw it in the last Euro final for Spain, and again simple. And again, they're on the back for Argentina. But did I think they'd conceal a goal from this point of view? Probably not. But it was a lovely knockdown again, all very simple. And we see Simone who gets caught in the edge of the box, a young player. We don't want to be too harsh on him, and he makes a run before that. He definitely picks up some sort of knock, so he's definitely kind of limping back into position. But once the ball goes into the box and you let your midfielder to get outside of you, or the attacking player, you're in big trouble from the knockdown. And he never quite
makes the ground up again.
No, he doesn't. Do you know? Well, it's strange in a way. He does kind of get back in there.
And then
but then just stops.
Right, don't you think he's got far enough? I might as well go even
Yeah, of
further.
course, you're right, Righty. Like again, he's just trying to get.
He's got that far. He might as well go.
The game, and he is a sub, but he's got to keep going now. He's got to keep going, keep going. I don't know why he's stopping there, and that stop has cost him. And he knows, he will know, his dad will know, everyone will know that you just got to go the extra few yards because he's made the effort to go all the way back in there. He's got to go the extra 2 or 3 yards.
What Williams does. Good technique here, Ian, as well from Torres, because quite often you see people, we're about to see it with Simeone himself, hit it too hard in that situation.
You know what's good about that, guys? Obviously, he's weaker foot as well, Poogs. You can see the concentration on just hitting it. And I always say, hit it higher. Hit it higher. Because like, if you hit it low, you've got bodies, goalkeeper, bodies trying to block. If you hit it higher, it might hit an arm, or it might hit an arm and go in, but hit it higher. That's what he's done. He just got a really good connection on the side foot, got it on target with good power.
We were going through a bit of deja vu because after Spain took the lead, they sat back a bit, Roy, and suddenly Argentina had a couple of chances, didn't they?
They did, absolutely. Yeah. Again, of course, they're going to go for it and gamble. And obviously, they're up against it. They're tired now.
This is the
but
one.
This is, if you're going to get one chance, and obviously we're just praising Spain there for getting over the ball. He's got, technically, he's not, listen, I think he's been poor throughout the court. He's been on a slide, his walk rate. But he, like Righty was saying, he's certainly got to hit the target. You might get a handball, you might get a deflection, but you've got to hit the target.
Has he not got his feet sorted out?
Well, you know
properly?
what it was? I think there was one earlier on. We showed Messi when he had the same thing. It's coming. It's the same thing, but you've got to get your knee over it so you can stay balanced.
That was the volley against Egypt.
So you want to hit it low. You got to hit it low. He's kind of leaning too far back, and that, again, it was, you know, he's okay there to get up there in the box to hit that, but like it was a poor strike from him in the circumstances.
It was, even by Spain standards, that was a bit of a nervy last 5-6 minutes, wasn't it?
It blows my mind. I know that Messi just sits out of the game, that teams haven't cottoned on to that and just sort of, if you like, just put someone as a sort of like almost
guard.
like you have someone cheating up front. Yeah, guard. Just go and have someone stand against him, because when he does get on the ball, it just frightens you to death.
Why did Spain keep dropping back? You know what I mean? Even the Spanish do it.
They didn't drop back that much.
All right.
There was nothing wrong with their mentality, though, was there?
No, exactly.
No,
and they got the job done.
Yeah, they got the job done. They kept the ball actually up the other end when they needed to as well. Funny, because Yamal obviously came into his game in the semi-final. That was probably Williams' most effective time as well. He came into the tournament injured as well. And I think it's easy to forget that at the Euros, they were both fit the whole time,
Really,
and that's why they had such an impact. It's taken a bit of time for them to get up to speed.
Well, even him in that game there, you know, he done some really good things. You know, his pace is obviously a problem for them. He done a couple. I thought he had a good chance where he could have maybe squared it, or he could have gone on and had a shot. Them great skill, but he messed that up. But I think that's just a little bit of rustiness. But in the end, his header back was absolutely brilliant.
Just to tell everybody, we're waiting for the presentation party, not Justin Bieber again. We may be waiting for Bieber, I don't know.
Just one thing, the Spanish manager took off Laporte and Rodri.
Yes.
At 0-0. I think that's incredible. You talk about bravery and sort of substitutions in matches. They're probably Spain's 2 most influential players in those clean sheets.
And that was him saying, I'm still very confident we can get a goal.
Absolutely.
We only need to go one way. Let's go back to the stadium in New Jersey. Emma Hayes and Karen Carney are with Laura Woods and with their thoughts on Spain's win.
Monkey, thank you very much. As we wait for Spain to get their winners' medals and also the closing ceremony to happen, Emma has come back and joined me and Kaz. We're watching the whole game here. Emma, from your perspective, Argentina with no shots in normal time and then managed to string it out right to the end of extra time. What are your thoughts on this final as a whole?
Well, I think it wasn't a contest. I think it was a death by a million cuts by Spain, but it was like just waiting for them to put a dying dog down. It needed the ball to go in the back of the net. It's probably the one killer thing. Argentina have scored more goals than Spain in this tournament. I think if Spain had put the game away earlier, there would have been no extra time.
And they had 400 passes more than Argentina.
But you know what, Kaz? We talk about England going out and them having to travel more miles, play more 120 minutes, play in the heat and the humidity. It looked like the England game was in the Argentinian legs today.
What about Spain's performance? Not just today, because today, as the guys in the studio were saying, was not the most enthralling final, but their journey to the final and the fact that they made France look pretty ordinary, Kaz. They've had a great tournament.
We were at that game and they cruised past France. And look, they dominated today and it was that final third, but Argentina, they played their way. They try and stifle the game, they try and agitate you, they try and annoy you, and they slow it down. But credit to Spain, they've improved along the tournament and they've got better and better, and they have cruised through it. Semi-final and final today, and they are the deserved winners. And I don't know if it was Ali or Lee said football won today, and it did in Spain, so they were superb.
They had got themselves quite a few. There'll be people that are watching, Emma, that are very happy that Spain won because of the way Argentina conducted themselves.
You know what, I'm more focused on what they do, how they produce players, how they develop players, how they are part of a culture from very young to the seniorest levels where they are completely true to their ideology and the way they play. And it comes across in its entirety. It is very, very clear that a lot of these players have played together, coming through the system. I thought they cruised the game.
The coach has brought them through as well, Emma. You're talking about under-19s, under-21, success at Olympics with your 23s, you're right. They've come through and they've done that together, and then you have to give a lot of credit to the coach because he's worked with those players.
Yes, and he picks the collective. Everyone starts saying, why isn't this player, David Raya playing? He believes in the collective responsibility to be able to break down teams. And as Kaz said at the beginning of the game, their counter-pressing was second to none. That is what sets them apart.
Do you know what I like Kabasi, 19-year-old centre-back who's had to deal with so many superstar strikers. I've only conceded once. He's 19. And he was phenomenal. He kept everybody quiet, not only in this game, but along the journey.
You've obviously got Spain, who are now European champions, World Cup champions as well. What about for Argentina, who have to hand over that mantle and will no doubt, probably, unless something happens, will probably lose Messi for the next World Cup and will look a very different team, Emma, in 4 years'
Got
time.
3 stars on their crest, above their crest. We got to show a lot of respect to a team that has a different collective, their brotherhood and the way they played. This crowd was tremendous today. The team gave them no shots on target, barely any entries into the final third, and they could have nicked an equaliser at the death.
Kaz, let's have a look at the goal. It took 20 shots for Spain to eventually break this Argentina side down and get this goal by Ferran Torres.
Well, we spoke about it in the England game when teams go to a back five. These spaces on the outside where you're going to set it back to now, the cross there. It's hard to stop that cross coming in, and the lads in the studio spoke about concentration, but it's a setback, and I think Ali said it as well, it's the most unorthodox Spanish goal we'll see because they're used to playing through you, but those type of deliveries, that type of chaos, that type of response, and they're sharper. Why? Because they have 400 passes more than you. They tire you out, so when these moments come and you switch off in that last second, bang, you're 1-0 down, you lose the World Cup.
Trend of the World Cup for the top teams, crosses, and all the top teams have had to find different ways because, as you've mentioned, their teams are being pushed back into a back five. So these sort of out-swinging balls, goalkeepers can't come for them. It was no more than they deserved. I'm just surprised it took so long.
Don't want to see him at next year's Women's World Cup.
Why not? It's
from your team.
No, look, the realities are that you have to find many different ways at different times. I think, yes, it's a victory for football, but celebrate both teams.
I think one of the phrases of the tournament has been Argentina never know they're beaten. Not just this tournament, tournaments before as well. Today they were beaten. But in terms of the way Argentina managed to try and see out games, we saw some of their chances late on there. It came very close, Kaz, for them.
I mean, we spoke about it. We're down to 10 players, and Henzo will be apologising, I'm sure, in that dressing room. And and then we spoke about Messi not doing the type of off-the-ball work stuff. So to defend and keep them at bay for such large parts of, majority of the game, Spain, but it was that concentration. There was a couple of minutes at the end when Messi started to get involved, but just wasn't enough. This Spanish team have conceded one the whole tournament. They, like Emma said, in possession great, but off the ball as well, and even as good as Messi is, he couldn't open them up today.
We were just watching over here. We've got a great view, obviously, and we can see the Argentina players going to stand just in front of their families. Look, they're obviously all playing this tournament for Messi. You see that the way that they play their game, the way that Messi barely moved today, and everybody does the work for him, even when they went down to 10 men as well. What does this Argentina side mean without Messi? Let's just focus on him for a moment, the career he's had and the impact he has for this team.
I think many of us have said it. I'm not sure we'll ever come across a football player like that ever again. Thought Maradona was the greatest football player I'd ever seen, but Messi has done it again at the highest level. At 39, to have to go through another 120 minutes today, it was just too much.
I felt privileged watching him today, because you might never know, we might never get to see him, we don't know. We haven't, obviously we're surmising, but to see him there live in the flesh again, to see what he does, to see his aura, to see where he moves, see where he carries his team, it was an honour.
You can never replace him, but they have to try and remodel this side without him. How do you do that as a manager? How do you even begin to do that?
Well, first of all, you're making assumptions this is his last game. I think the way he
last
plays...
World Cup.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think we've seen with the quality and the way top athletes look after themselves, you know, they're able to play a lot longer. And but what I know is that Argentina are a collective, and they are a team. Like I said, they have 3 stars. That is because, as a nation, the way they develop their players from a really young age is to put everything on the line for the team, and they've done it throughout this tournament too.
So we really see, when it all came down to it, Kaz, the Spain collective that we spoke about before this game, pulling themselves together and really managing out this game, and not really until maybe the very end feeling much of a threat from Argentina.
Like I said, Laura, 400 passes more. That's when you're chasing and you've gone games before, you've had extra time, and it's been tiring. You've had to dig deep for Argentina, scoring so late in the majority of their games. It's hard. The Spanish team are special in possession, and they hunt you down out of possession. Deserved winners overall.
All right, let's get back up to you, Mark.